Yo, what up, guys? Alright, so we are headed to the Bucksport house, which home of the glow room. The roads are a little shady. We got some brand new black lights to hook up, 16 feet of them actually. Pretty excited. I was gonna do it last night, but didn't have the proper stuff to do it correctly. I'm installing two more than I had before. I only had two before. And the other two that I had long cords that were built onto them. So they reached down to the outlets. The new ones had very short cords, which is just fine. Just fine. I just had to pick up some longer little mini cords to hook them into. That's just fine. That's why we have a Home Depot, and sometimes it makes a project fun. You gotta do some work for it. I don't let that stuff bother me. It's just, okay, one more day. I'm pumped to have them. So we've made it there. We've gotten the stuff. It's in the trunk in the Home Depot bag. We're pretty excited. And now we're headed up to install them. So not only are they new black lights, but these things are just beasts. And they've come a long way since high school, okay? I'm 37. I plugged one in last night just to see what it looked like. You got them. You got to try them out. So did that, and it is just bright. So I dug through the laundry a bit and found my skeleton shirt from Halloween there that is super blacklight sensitive. So I'm pretty excited to see what that looks like. So if you follow me on TikTok, you will see that this video is going up on my YouTube channel. So if you see this tonight, be on the lookout for my TikTok channel, Big Chevy 350 Boy, and you'll see what I'm talking about there, After I get them all hooked up, I'm going to check it out. I have one mini laser light. I definitely want to add to that. I've checked, they got so many cool ones on Amazon. It's just a matter of finding the one that you want there. And this little one I paid like $40 for. Well, when I first got into the TikTok scene, so a couple years ago, 3 years ago. But anyway, I'm pretty excited. I finally got that little laser mounted to the wall. Never had it mounted to the wall. It's always just kind of been on a chair or something. Y'all don't see that behind the scenes. It just looks cool, and that's all that matters. So, but it's pretty cool. I actually have it mounted, so you can just turn it on. I ain't gonna mess with setting that up every time. And I'm just going to cut down the setup process to actually make a video by a decent amount. I ain't going to mess with that stuff. So, and actually, my other black lights were held up by tacks. One of them blew, the other fell. And out of all the years I had them hanging up, I've always been with tacks. Ever since I was in high school, and they've been through 3 different houses. My parents' place, and then I had an apartment for a short time, a very short time. And my dad, my God. I get into that apartment, and he was against it right from the get-go. I remember it was $600 a month, and he just hated it. Just pounded it in my head. All you're doing is paying their mortgage. All you're doing is paying their mortgage. All you're doing is paying... And you know what? And I got frustrated. I was in town, I don't like being in town. I don't. But I like being close to work. That made it nice, and close to the stores and stuff. It wasn't such a haul to go get a gallon of milk or a soda pop or whatever you need at the convenience store there. But I listened to him because there was so much drama. I had a couple of roommates, and it was just drama, and I don't do drama. I don't like drama. I never did. I just like to get along with everyone. I don't, just don't. I don't enjoy that none. But anyway, so I moved back home, and Dad was like, there, all right. So shortly after that, I had got with my daughter's mother, and obviously we had a little one there. So and then lived at the house for almost a year after she was born, and it was just tough. It was just tough. My parents were grateful to have us there, and it's not that we didn't get along. It's that it's just tough to have two families under one roof, especially when you have a newborn or a 1-year-old, you know. So me and my daughter's mother were looking into, finding a place and, more apartments, and the old man was just right at me again. So finally I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to prove to you that I can't buy a house, okay? So there was a couple I was looking at, and one of them I really liked. It was an old farmhouse. It had like 150 acres, and it wasn't that much considering what it was. It had a 2-car garage, which I really liked that, and it was about $150,000, $170, something like that. It wasn't god awful, but it needed a little bit of work. I had that one, and then the trailer that I live in now. I was looking at both of them. The trailer was closer to my parents' place, and that's the one I went with. Oh, spoiler alert there. But anyway, so I called the realtor on both, which was the same realty company, which was kind of neat. So I got to view both houses the same day. The other house is actually on the same road that I bought mine on. It's just like 6 or 7 miles away farther. I really like the Bald Mountain Road, North Orland. I always have. I just like that country out there. It's just beautiful country. I enjoy it. So I wanted a house out there if I could. And it's not too far. I mean, I started this video right after I left the house, so you'll see it's really not very far to my parents' place. But anyway, so I called the realtor. I checked out both places. I really liked the farmhouse. But so I went, and I got in, and sure enough, I got approved. I got approved for $280,000 total. That's what I had to spend, and I'm like, holy devil. So, but once thank God I had some kind of a brain back then, I mean, I was 19 years old buying a house with, but I did the math on the payments on each. My place, they wanted $80,000 for. The farmhouse, they wanted, I want to say it was $170. I remember $170. I think it was either $150 or $170. Either way, I did the payments on each. The payments on the trailer were like $600, I think, and change, and the payments on the big house were like $1,200 a month. And I can't afford $1,200 a month. At the time, I was making $10 an hour, and that was good money back then. It really was. It was really good money. I was on the freight team. I got a good raise. I started there at $5.75 an hour, and I went up to 10. So you hear $10 an hour now, you're like, that's shit money. No, it was good money back then, and I was proud of it. But anyway, I did the math on it. So, and I did some more math. I needed my payments on my house to be $500 a month. That was the only way I was going to be able to do it, and I would have to take 2 paychecks to pay the mortgage. I just couldn't take it all out of one and live and pay for gas and food, and I had a little one, and I just couldn't do it. So I asked the realtor, I'm like, hey, can I talk to the owners? And the realtor was like, well, you're not supposed to, but I can ask if they would be willing to talk to you. I'm like, okay. And they were an older couple that the trailer was brand new. I mean, it was used 2 weeks a year for like a 10-year span, because it was built in 98, put in there in 98, and I bought it in 2008. So they didn't use it much, There was still plastic on the furniture, and like, they didn't even bother taking that off, But we're here, by the way. That's how fast it is to get here. It's right down the road. Jesus, I am way over. Okay. Oh yeah, and I just can't get out of here. Nope. I'm gonna have to shovel to go home. Okay. Well, that's just fine. Anyhow, holy shit, it is deep up here in the mountain. Wow. Well, maybe a couple of runs. Here we go. Look, she's going now. I'm still going to have to shovel. Oh, yeah, because it ain't going to come up out of here. That's it. Yeah, that's it right there. Maybe if I break trail, I don't know. I'm going to go set up some black lights. I don't care if I get up or not. I'll just stay up here, whatever. I'll sit on the couch. All right, shovel in the morning, whatever. No, I can't do that. Crazy old lady kill me. Anyway, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, so I talked to the realty people, and now I'm just sitting here talking to myself on a video. I'm rather foolish, okay? But anyway, I'm talking to the folks that own the place, and told them my situation. I said I got a newborn. Blah blah blah. This is what I need my payment to be. And they're like, okay, well, how low do you need it to be? And I'm just, I don't know. I had no idea. I didn't do the math on that. Math is hard. I don't know. So the old fella did the calculations, and he's like, all right, well, if I sell it to you for 48, we can get you down to like 400 a month. Would that help? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. From 80,000 to 48,000 just from a phone call. The fella I never got to meet him. I wish I could have, but they were in Washington, the reason they sold it is because they were getting older and they weren't going to come back to Maine for a vacation anymore. So they came here, they bought this, they must have had money. They bought the place, put it in, well, septic, cement pad under the trailer. It was a nice little place, I remember the ad, the realty ad said, just bring your toothbrush, you're ready to move in. And they weren't kidding. There was flannel shirts in the closet. Like I scored on that too. And I got them, and I got it for 48K. That's what I tell people, ask that question. Ask if you can talk to the sellers. I got a once in a lifetime opportunity there. I did. And I've been so fortunate in my life, with stuff like that, and with folks that have helped me out. And I truly am grateful, and that stuff you just do not forget. You don't forget that stuff. You never do. And the one thing I can tell you, if you have folks that are trying to reach out to you and trying to help you, don't be stubborn. Let them help you. And that's one thing I was never good at. I would never take help from anybody. I would just, nope, fuck off. I don't want your help. I'm proud. But I've lost both my parents, and I've just been beat down, and once you start accepting help from people, it's like, hey, things are going to be all right, and these folks will shine some light on you. Take it, let them shine the damn light, and it's true. And be grateful. I see some people getting help, and I have in the past, and they just take it for granted, and that's the shit that pisses me off. You got folks out there that are just trying to get by, and you got folks out there that have money in the bank and are doing all right, and still take and take and take. And God, it makes me sick, and it's like you got these other folks that are just killing themselves to get by, and I don't know. You're never going to solve that stuff in the world, but just the end of the moral of the story, be grateful for those around you that genuinely care about you. And if you're unsure if they do or not, those are the ones you don't want in your life, okay? Cut them out. You don't need them. Get rid of the negative in your life. I'm not saying somebody that's going through a rough patch and seems a little grumpy. No, give them some help. Bring them up, because guess what? You're going to have a rough patch in your life. You very well could. And you could be the one that needs help. I used to be the one helping people a lot. My dad was really good about that too. You'd never know it by me like talking with him, because he was kind of on the grumpy side here and there, but if he saw a fella at the grocery store that was, counting his pennies to get groceries, he'd take him aside after and be like, hey, you all right? You need anything? I remember he did that a couple times and handed the fella, $100 bill. Here you go. Go back in there and get your kid something, because he was in there with his little boy or little girl or whatever. You don't forget that stuff, And I hope to someday be able to do something like that, and I've had people help me that, I hope to keep that going in the future when I can help somebody and tell the story. Tell the story of the folks that have helped you, and keep that alive, because that stuff just don't happen as much these days, But anyway, I'm going to go hang these black lights and stop rambling on here. I think I've been here like 10 minutes now. No, 5 minutes now. But anyway, if you guys are still watching this video of my driveway and me yakking, I appreciate you. All the love. And hang in there. It's going to get better. And check out my TikTok. I'm going to have some blacklight videos. Let's get it. Big Chevy, 350 boy. Hey, all the love, guys.